about the alliance nonsense because I want to talk about a little thing known as transparency. And most of you know what transparency is because it's kind of important when it comes to building trust or building anything, I believe. I mean, most people would like to know what they're getting themselves into before they commit to the thing and quite literally and not screw themselves over. Right? I mean, as we would like for it to happen. I mean, nobody wants to just walk into a situation where, you know, things just don't go as planned. For example, and let's just flash this. This is what I'm requesting from them. I want to see their list. As you can see, the worst we have are our officers that are close to the 60s. And once that 60 does hit, both Pork Chop and Demon Zol will be removed from the Alliance, losing their positions, completely gone. Now these people were indeed tested. At least I tried to keep that going. And even though it's not as close, I am thinking about removing them as well, as we only have one officer who's able to maintain the number and stuff like that. More than likely, with 10 days passing, because I don't have to wait until March. I do kind of have to speed things up because, yeah, you know that old story, life is short, yada yada, that sort of thing. So I can make a decision a bit faster. But I just want it to be a good decision. I already know what's gonna happen if I make this merge, and I can't do my daily thing of looking, well, somewhat weekly thingy of looking. Yeah, let's just call it weekly for right now. My weekly thing of looking for alliance members, even at least just one, or maybe just multiple, so it'll seem like because it's kind of irritating. You see people that don't have the little thing on them, the no alliance thing, and I can't actually approach them looking for them to join my alliance. A little irritating. That's exactly what's going to happen the second I go in that part. It's just going to be dead from the beginning. Dead because they hadn't removed a certain amount of people. And just for the record, they have removed their required people. They went from 80 to 70. They found 70. Yeah. They removed 10 people. So now they're down to 70. Which is great. They filled their half of the bargain. And while you think I should be feeling the half of mine, like I said, a little bit more research needs to be done. Now, I don't know if they could refine those people again because they removed them and stuff. I know I go through the process of not only sending them a message, but I kick them and unfriend them, and that's pretty much it, really. Which might sound extreme for some of you, because, oh, you don't play the game anymore, so there's no point in being my friend anymore. It makes sense. It kind of does. I mean, if you don't play the game, what good are you? To me. Like, you kind of just suggested that you're done playing the game. And that's totally fine. You could be done playing the game. You have to keep playing the game. Play other games if you want to. I mean, I wouldn't have this problem if it was just like a Fortnite thing, by the way. Which, I never said Fortnite was a bad game. It's just that I got exhausted from it, you know. Sort of like the same thing with Dragon Quest Heroes. Never got bored of the game whatsoever. Just got emotionally exhausted from the game. Because it was a game that was going to keep on evolving and evolving and evolving and evolving and evolving. That's what it was. Otherwise, fine game for what it does. She's leaving. I guess it's her teleportation, that thing. And this whole me looking for like whatchamacallit, because I barely play the game, by the way. I might play the game 2 or 3 times a week. Rarely a third time. And hell, what I do here is not something that you guys see too often. I mean, I would humor you and just set up a, like, a... But I don't really want to do that to people. Sure, I was willing to bounce out of urgent questions and stuff like that, which I can't do anymore. Like, it's a good thing I was already disliking the, how urgent quests were made in the first place. And I can understand having an alliance for the sole purpose of, being able to do those urgent quests, where people don't just freaking leave you because things go the wrong way, and that's what I was immediately worried about when it came to that, Kavaris thingy. Because I would assume Kavaris was harder. But no, there was actually nothing particularly wrong with it. Now, I could have my opinion obscued because, you know, I was with a group of people that probably knew what they were doing. I probably wasn't too stupid about it. But we've had our cases. And I probably should show you the other alliance group that I'm with because, that is a reflection of the future. Or what it could be in it. It would be almost as the, and they did promise me a, an officer's position. But that isn't going to change the fact that there's going to be no one for me to look forward to. And these guys could, be looking for new people, too. They're going to be so meh. Like, come on. So I don't have all the fancy stuff that most alliances have. I have a Discord, I have a YouTube. YouTube does focus on Phantasy Star related stuff whenever I can get around to it, that is. But obviously I play other games. Let's see what else. Well, I'm gonna give them 10 days. That's all. Or give myself 10 days to think about it. Was gonna wait until March 1st to get my final decision. And while I can still naturally move from people, but you know, what the whole idea of removing people really got me thinking about this whole officer thingy. It's gotta be done right. A bit better. I think the officers I should have a more closer relationship with. Not that I want to treat the members or provisionals as... Well, actually I will treat provisional as outsiders that have just recently be accepted and they have to earn their place. That's still going to be a thing. Members are the people who have just proven themselves and gotten to the maximum level of... Well, actually who have just gotten all the skill points. Yeah. You got all your skill points, you're worthy of a membership because that definitely took some time. Or someone else's time depending on who's helping you and stuff like that. Which is okay, you know. Which means you did have to interact with somebody if you had to ask for help. Maybe you did the research, but, you know, if you got the skill points, well, you can't really say anything about it. It's like, well, you have the skill points, you know? And I'd be okay with that. Alright, let's see. What did I cover? But that's my idea of transparency. But just so y'all know exactly what I'm worried about, I will, after I click all my stuff, I'm going to switch profiles, different characters, and I'm going to show you an example of a list I ain't trying to look at, by the way. Because everyone has their issues and stuff like that, and yeah, they can definitely say they're more active than us. Definitely. But it does seem kind of silly that you're keeping the extra people for the bloke of it, you know. And there might have been some times where I've done that, but that sort of thing doesn't last forever. It really just depends on the end of the week. Like, let's see. I want to keep a certain number, you know, because why not? And then we'll kick them. That's what I want to do. Sounds weird, but hey, it gives people a little bit more time instead of just me flatting out kicking them. and sending them a message, by the way, because that is something that I do. Right? Oh, and there was a comment they had made about my weapon too, by the way. But they should know that my weapon isn't something that's easily replicated, by the way. I mean, there was this one person whose armor I wish I could show you that had a piece of the Eclair armor. Which was terrible, by the way. I mean, if you're still using Eclair armor, I don't know, you might wanna... I mean, you're better than those who are still using the freaking... whatchamacallit. The free armor that people got at 65, sure. You're better than them. By a whole, what, 1.5% grand total. But it's still kind of a bad place to be in. It's still not enough. Not for this 9-star armor that everyone's gonna be gushing about. Like, oh, we need the 9-star armor. That person finished their looting already. Alright, sure. And that's the problem. Almost done with the farming, by the way. This is the last place to stop it. And I could have gotten up a bit earlier, but again, I don't know, I just don't play the game as much as I used to. I took 1 week, felt great, came back, and then it just felt like, ugh. It's so draining. I mean, I just come back for the fashion, in all honesty. Because my fashion is looking pretty nice, really. I mean, granted, I have to sacrifice my fashion when it comes to, actually just show off a new form that I had made. This is one of my better ones that I made. Well, at least a slight modification. I kind of made this before, but the little spikes and everything makes it really nice. And I knew that chest would come in handy. I still don't regret spending 8 million on a foam chest plate, though. I will not regret it because I will use it. I almost regretted this helmet that was color I could not change, by the way, which is a bit irritating. But I just covered it with pink, is what I did. It was the only thing I could do. They probably gotta stop doing that, though. Stop releasing stuff that colors can't be changed. Like, gosh, you remember how funny it could be to have a different colored Sonic. Was that sort of thing forbidden? Because we know what would happen? A bunch of people buying a bunch of Sonic people coming together with their Sonic outfits in different colors and making a bunch of Sonic DeviantArt jokes because, you know, that's where it all comes from, by the way. That's exactly where it comes from. Because we'll always make fun of Sonic, or Mario, or Pokemon, or any other franchise. Because why not, right? What they achieve is something that not everyone can achieve, by the way. Not possible. Alright, this is like the last stop. And again, I rarely do this. Because there's almost nothing that the game can make me come back to begin with. The game's gonna have to work extra hard. I understand stuff can't just be made easier. Time is necessary. Very, very necessary. But eventually the grind is gonna be meh. Alright, let's head over to the other file. But we'll do a quick little check and see if there's anyone online. Oh, okay. They changed character, now the name is Tess or something. Alright, well, it's nice that they're online and stuff, but I can talk to them on Discord if they want to say something. So, back to business. because this next part is important. And granted, even if I say something like this, I can't really ask them to remove more people. Like, I will be under their control. It'll be their rules, and well, those people are going to just stay there for the sake of staying there, and there's just no way around it. I already tried that with a different alliance already, giving people a certain amount of days for them to get back online. But I wasn't too crazy about that either. I did just, like, send messages to everybody who I supposedly removed, while giving them a warning, by the way, in like a 30-day warning or something like that. Something I could not fulfill because even I didn't last for that many times. Yeah, I didn't last for that long either. Didn't last. I was like, whatever. Alright, the other alliance. Now, these guys are definitely more active than I am. I mean, okay, and here is my issue. They are given a 60-day window. Now, when it comes to them, that'll be their, now, obviously, the thing about, you know, privacy and stuff like that, and that's totally fine. And I just remember I have to go back to my file, but I'll probably turn the stream off by that point. But this is what I'm talking about right here. Like, do they have any idea how long that is? That's wild. So many people are just not coming back at all. But if we're going to be extremely generous, we'll keep everybody who's within the 60 limit. So that person in my eyes will be gone and gone and gone. There's no reason provisional should be sticking around. This is more of a, I just hit a couple of buttons, someone replied to it, and then that was that. They didn't know how to play the game, they didn't know how to communicate with the people, and thus they left, and well, now we have them. We have their information to lie to them. And of course it's provisionals. Of course it is. I mean, I give them more credit, but at the same time, it's like, come on. It's always your provisionals, isn't it? That are the furthest away. They're the ones that have ruined me. And this 60 is my maximum, by the way. I'd probably get rid of this member, too. 87 days is enough time to come... It's just... You've moved on by that point, you know. You're still in last year by that kind of time. That was a last year thingy. It's ridiculous. But this line is also showing how active they are, so, I guess I don't really budge, per se. I'm kind of just stuck here for the time being. Yeah. But they are active. I mean, they are. And they have a Discord, too, just like the gyms. That's the alliance that we're merging with, by the way. Alright, 30 seconds left. Well, that's about it. If anyone just happens to see this video and have any questions, that sort of thing, about merging alliances and what you should do and what you should not do, I'll be available for questions and stuff like that. Because I am making this decision for, not only for myself, but for the alliance. What matters? Me being able to consistently have my fun so I'll stick around, or them so they have more people to talk to. Alright, that's it, bye.